This is Chapter 5, Lesson 1, Algebraic Expressions. So, a blank is a symbol that represents an unknown quantity. In this blank, you're going to write variable. And blank blank, so an algebraic expression such as n plus 2 is an expression that contains blank blank and at least one operation. So that contains variables, numbers, and at least one operation. Okay, so we can do a couple of things with algebraic expressions. We can write them and we can evaluate them. So the first thing we're going to talk about is evaluating an algebraic expression. The branch of mathematics that involves expressions with variables is called blank. It's algebra. So in algebra, the multiplication symbol is often omitted, so it's left out. It's not there, okay? So you're just supposed to know that you have to multiply. The numerical factor of a multiplication expression that contains a variable is called a coefficient. Okay? So 6 is the coefficient of 6d, okay? And when I say 6d, this means 6 times d, okay? Expressions like y over 2 can also be written as y divided by 2 or y times 1/2. Okay. So here's an example of evaluating an expression. So evaluate 2 times n plus 3 if n equals -4. So I have 2 times the quantity n plus 3, and that's going to equal 2 times, all I did was I took this n value and I put it in, -4 plus 3, okay? Remember, do what's inside the parentheses first. -4 plus 3 gives me -1. -1 times 2 is -2, okay? So here's a try it out problem. I want you to evaluate 2d squared plus 5d if d equals -5. So go ahead, pause the video, try it out, and when you're done, we'll go over the answer together. Okay, now that you've had a chance to try it out, let's go over the answer together. So I'm evaluating 2d squared plus 5d if d equals -5. So the first thing I want to do is I want to rewrite the expression, and I want to substitute in -5 for d. So 2 times -5 squared plus 5 times -5. Okay. So first thing I want to do is I want to square -5. So -5 times -5 is positive 25. So 2 times 25 plus 5 times -5 is -25, okay? Now I have 2 times 25, and that's 50, plus a negative is minus 25. So 50 minus 25 is 25. So my answer is 25. The next thing I want to look at is writing expressions. So to translate a verbal phrase into an algebraic expression, the first step is to define a variable. When you blank, 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 when you define a variable, you choose a blank, choose a variable to represent an unknown quantity. Okay. So Marissa wants to buy a DVD player that costs $150. She already saved $25 and plans to save an additional $10 each week. Write an expression that represents the total amount of money Marissa has saved after any number of weeks. So in words, she has savings of $25 plus $10 each week. Okay? I'm going to let W represent the number of weeks. So 25, because that's what she starts with, plus $10 per week. So I'm multiplying 10 times W. 10W represents the total saved after any number of weeks. So 25 plus 10W equals the total saved after any number of weeks. So go ahead and try it out. Pause the video. When you're done, we'll go over the answers together. All right, now that you've tried the try it problem, let's go over the answer together. It says an MP3 player costs $70 and song downloads cost 85 cents each. Write an expression that represents the cost of the MP3 player and X number of downloaded songs. So, in words, I start with $70, and then every song I download is 85 cents. So, I'm going to let X represent the number of downloaded songs. So, I start with $70, because that's the cost of the MP3 player, plus 85 cents per song. So, this is my equation. 70, or my expression, 70 plus 0.5, or 0.85x. And that is the end of lesson 1.